Hello YouTube and welcome to another episode of The Cloudy Vape. In this video we're going to be talking about the iSub G and the Coolfire V4 by Innokin. Let's check out a little bit what's going on. Let's check it out. So this little blue box mod going on right here, this is going to be the Coolfire V4. Pretty snazzy, fits in the hand really well. And this is the iSub G. iSub G. So let's have a little vape on this. What do we got right now? 0.4 ohms. Let's see, bump it up. It's only at 15 watts. What's going on? Let's do 30 watts, 0.5 ohms. Let's go for it. So this little sucker really puts out some flavor, some vapor production, and it just works really well. It's a nice little, small form-fitting device. But yeah, I want to give a big shout out to first Vapevine Online for sending out the iSub. I had the iSub sent out from Innokin directly and from Vapevine Online, so both big shout outs to them on this. Innokin sent me out this Coolfire V4, so big shout out to Innokin for that, and I will also be giving away a red version of this at the end of this video. So if you want to, hang tight, watch the end of the video, we'll talk about the giveaway for this. But without more yapping, let's dive down. Let's first check out the iSub G, and then we'll talk a little bit about the Coolfire V4. So let's dive down. Alright, so let's real quickly look at this iSub G. Now this has been reviewed quite a bit, but I thought I would just run through it real quickly. It is a nice little device. Let's first talk about, what the coil heads are. It is a Kanthal coil head. You also have some organic cotton inside of it, and replacing them are very simple. So you go like that, and you just pop out your coil head. Just like that. Not too bad at all. Pretty snazzy. Schnazzy if I ask, if you ask me, if somebody asks me, it is pretty snazzy. So that works like that. Now, just one thing to note. I have filled them up from right here. If you have a dripper that can fit inside of there and you kind of angle it to the side, you can fill it up from the bottom. It does work. It does work with no leaking issues. It's just lining up. You kind of have to line up this, if you see right here, let me pop it out. So these have like a squared off edge right here. You have to line it off with this squared off edge right there. So, and then it'll pop down in, and then you, I'm not really doing it. There we go. And then you can screw this back down inside. So that tightens up your coil. You have a nice adjustable airflow, super big. I would say close to 4 millimeters in height, 3.54, if not a little bit smaller. And then you have probably about 10 millimeters in width, very large, and it does adjust just like that. So you can get a nice restricted draw or very wide open draw. And as you adjust on one side like that, it adjusts on both sides. It has a nice little gripping right there. If you see that little gripping, a nice little gripping to adjust that airflow. So that is nice. As far as the bottom, you have a press fit pin. It kind of looks like a silver plating, so it's a grommet fit pin. As far as what's on the bottom, I don't really see any major markings, just like do not recycle and different things like that. At least that's what it looks like, or do not throw away. Yeah, and then CE. As far as your drip tip, you kind of have this like well going on inside of this drip tip, and then you have a Delrin tip section with O-rings to seal that off. So that is nice, just a nice little drip tip, and I do like this drip tip. It's not bad at all. So that just clips down in just like that. Let's open this up. So this is how you would actually fill it. You unscrew from this section. This section is to unscrew your coil. So as you pop this off, you can see this coil has a nice little grate on it. I believe the coil has a grate and not just the top section. I don't remember if I showed you that. Yes, so the coil has a little grate for spitback. As you can see, it's a horizontal coil inside. So that's just this section. This is where the juice flows down right there. You have an O-ring to seal that off. and that is your your little section right there. Let me grab this top section or the bottom section, tie this down. Okay, so that's your bottom section. Here is your tank. Now this does, I believe, pop off if you twist it enough, maybe. Yes, so this glass does pop off. Just be careful because it was a little snug getting off. And then there's an O-ring down inside of this glass to seal that off. And that is your other section. So it's very simplistic and easy to fill. So right there, you would fill down right inside of there. Fill it up to the top. And then you would take this, screw it down in. And then you would be good to go, good to vape. And I believe this is a stainless steel build. Not sure what grade of stainless steel, but that's basically the, that's the quick rundown. This is going to be the box it comes in. Very simplistic box. Tells you a little bit of information on it and stuff. Tells you how to prep the coils for vaping. And then it also comes with an extra coil. So it comes with a total of 2.5 ohm coil heads when you do get it. So there is the iSub G. And let's pick up the cool fire, not coil fire. I guess you could call it coil fire, but here is the cool fire. This is the box it comes in. It's going to come with a micro USB for charging. It's also going to come with an Ego to 510 adapter. If you have a device that uses an Ego threading, it will attach to the 510. The 510 is what is stock on the device right here. So it's going to be automatically 510, and you can adapt to Ego if you want. So this is just the box it comes in, gives you some information about it. Let's read it off real quick. It is variable voltage, variable wattage. Variable voltage is going to be 3 volts to 7.5 volts, adjustable by 0.1 volt increments, and is adjustable on wattage by 6 watts to 40 watts. So this is a 40 watt device, adjustable by 0.5 watts. Technical specs, operating is going to be 3 volts to 7.5 volts. Again, it's going to say it again. Operating wattage 6 to 40. Battery mAh 2000. So not the best, but it has a good amount of life. Maximum wattage is going to be 40. Maximum output current is going to be 12 amps. Maximum output voltage is going to be 7.5. Clearomizer resistance is a minimum is going to be 3 ohms. So you're not going to be able to fire a 0.2 ohm on this. And it charges by a DC 5 volt to 1 amp USB, micro USB. This does have an on-off battery switch, a low voltage warning, short circuit atomizer protection, over discharge protection, vaping while charging technology, and it remembers last wattage or wattage or voltage setting, and it has an overheat protection. So that is your it has all your sensitivities and things like that. But let's look at this little thing real quickly. So here is the Coolfire V4. This does say Coolfire 4 or IV, whatever you want to call it. Turn it around the other way. There we go. Coolfire IV. Alright, so let's look at the actual design. So it is a very nice smooth brush finish. You have venting holes right here, very nice. You have a little clip right here, so you could clip it onto like a keychain, or you could clip little charms or knickknacks or whatever. It has a little nice arrows right here, which kind of helps for bottom airflow venting and stuff. You have an adjustable pin right there. I believe it is a brass or gold plated. You have a couple screws here that holds on the actual silver part. So I believe this is a aluminum build. All of this is an aluminum metal, but it does have a nice little brush finish to it. I don't know if you can see that. It does have a nice little brush finish, which I really like. You have your Innokin logo on the bottom. And then, cool thing right here, you have an on-off switch to completely turn off and on the device. So that is very nice, no beef there. You have your micro USB charging port right there. So that's kind of cool that it's in the front. And it's not, like on the bottom or like right here or anything like that. This is a decent place to put it, not bad at all. Yeah, so here is your firing button. It's going to have a little eye for Innokin on the firing button. You're also going to have your wattage up, wattage down, voltage up, voltage down, and like I said, your on-off switch. So what's going to happen is if you have it off, nothing is going to happen. You know, most of these Innokin devices, it's going to be always on standby mode. So as soon as you hit that fire button, no matter how long you let it sit, it's going to pop up and say 3 clicks to turn on. This one is one of the first ones I've seen that actually completely shuts off the circuit. As far as internals, how it actually shuts off, I'm not sure. I believe it's just a circuit. It cuts the actual circuit to the battery. That's what I believe it does. I have not seen the insides of it. So this is going to tell you check atomizer if there's no atomizer on it. So that's cool when you fire it down. Now you do have OLED glowing if you see that little green. So it's green because it is has a decent charge on it. It's going to go down to yellow when it's about half charge or it needs to be charged, and then red when it completely stops or it needs to be charged. It'll go down in increments. So green means you're good, yellow means you should probably charge, red means charge immediately, and it will give you a low battery warning. So that is that. It says check atomizer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a atomizer on this real quickly. I won't fire it too much because this is a dry coil, but just so you can see. Alright, so it does show right here, it shows your voltage, it will show your ohms, it'll show your puff counter right there, and also show your watts. And watts and volts will switch depending on which one you want. Here is your battery indicator, and it will show a USB kind of symbol when it is charging, or if it needs to be charged, it will show a kind of charging indicator on that. As far as changing your wattage or voltage, you hold down, you hold your wattage, let's see, wattage down, and power will switch to voltage mode, and wattage up and power will switch to wattage mode. So power and wattage up is going to switch to wattage mode, or power and down, or negative and positive right here, whatever you want to call it. So that's how you switch in between the two. So if it's in wattage, you would say negative and power. That'll switch to voltage in about 3 to 5 seconds. And if it's in voltage, you do plus and power, and that will switch to wattage. So that's cool. I don't believe the two, is there a lock feature? Let's see. That just shows 30, which I believe is a puff counter. No? Yeah, so that's puffs. How many puffs you have done. If you hold both at the same time, it'll show you how many puffs you have done since the battery's been on. Also, if you hold it for a long time, it'll switch the orientation of the screen. Both buttons at the same time, power or negative and positive, will switch orientations of the screen. So that's cool. Just temporarily, it'll show your puff amount, how many times you've puffed while it's been on. If you hold it for over 5 seconds, it will switch orientation. So that is pretty cool. So yeah, that is the Coolfire V4. That is just a quick rundown of what is going on with this device. Very simplistic, easy to use, and very good for one of those new vapors looking for a device that can run an Ego Style, has an Ego Style adapter on it, and can run your lower wattage devices. So I really like it. I've been using it on that iSub and a few other, that ceramic tank I've been using, that 15-watt ceramic tank. So this is very nice. Not going to be for your sub-ohmers that want to go crazy, but this is going to be really nice for somebody who wants to vape above 0.8, something like that you can really bump up the regulated wattage, or bump up voltage if you want. So that is the Coolfire 4. That is that. So yeah, let's go back up to FaceTime and talk about both of these devices. Alright, so let's talk about the pros and the cons. So, as far as pros go on the iSub G, let's talk about that first. Pros are, it's very easy to use. The coil replacement, as you saw in the up close, is very simple. The coils do last a good while, and they're just very flavorful and very simplistic. I enjoy it. As far as the airflow, you do have massive airflow when it's fully open, so that is nice, but you are also able to close it off really well. The machining on it is really well made, very smooth all around. I really enjoy the drip tip. It's just a very simplistic sub-ohm clearomizer. There's not a lot going on. It's just very simplistic, and it does the job. So, as far as simplicity, I would give them a 10 out of 10 on that. There is no vertical coils for this. I would like to see maybe them come out with vertical coils and see how that might perform. These are horizontal coils. But as far as, this iSub G, I really enjoy it for it just being a very simplistic sub-ohm clearomizer. So, that is the iSub G. As far as the Coolfire V4, I would say that it is just very nice for kind of a starter setup or a very discreet setup. I can basically, hide it in my entire hand. It's really well machined. You kind of have this brush metal going on the sides, and it just feels very good in the hand. You are also a huge pro for this. You have a actual off switch, which a lot of the Innokin products will just kind of stay on, kind of in standby mode, and as soon as you just press the fire button, it'll say hit 3 clicks. So, that's nice. Whether that actually shuts off the battery from being semi-active, who knows? I assume it would actually, I do assume that it shuts off the circuit, so you're not going to be, you can't really do anything when it's off. So that just seems like a big pro for me. You have adjustable voltage and wattage, and it just works really well. I enjoy it. So really well made, and I really have no complaints with it. So if this is something that you're looking for, something that's really compact and sleek, I would definitely look at one of these. Maybe pick up one of these for maybe a friend who is just starting out, who wants to use a clearomizer tank or something like that. But I wouldn't recommend using this as an everyday sub-ohm and to rebuild with an RDA and stuff. Maybe a 0.5 coil head, and that's about it. I wouldn't really suggest going much lower on these. Same thing as far as safety. You have a charging port right there. I would just say definitely keep an eye on it. Don't charge it with a car charger like a cigarette lighter converter to a USB. Don't do that. Only connect it to like a computer, or connect it to an adapter that matches the voltage amperage requirements for this, which you'll find in your manual. I believe it's 0.5 amps or 1 amp, 5 volts, something like that. I can't remember. But anyways, if you do pick up one of these, check out the actual manual for it and follow the voltage chart for the charging and discharging. But yeah, I'm a big fan of it. I enjoy it for being just a very compact type vape, and that's my thoughts on it. So I'm going to wrap up this review. So let's talk about the giveaway real quick about this little bad boy. So this is the red version of the Coolfire V4. Big shout out to Innokin big shout out to Innokin for providing this for giveaway. So definitely all kudos to Innokin on this one. So being that they provided it, they didn't actually ask this, but what I'm going to ask is, for the giveaway, if you go over to their social media, leave them a comment, tell them Cloudy sent you, or just say, hey, what's up, like your products, or just go follow them, like their social media, follow, subscribe, whatever outlet you head to. If you look in the description box below, I'll put a link to all of their social media. So you pick whatever is convenient for you, whatever social media you use. That way you don't have to only use Facebook or whatever. I know that's kind of annoying in giveaways. But yeah, as far as this giveaway, 18 years and older only, U.S. residents only. And I'm going to be throwing in a iSub G also on top of this. So one winner is going to win a brand new iSub G and a brand new Coolfire version 4, all from the courtesy of Innokin. So big shout out to Innokin. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. Just go say what's up on their go say what's up on their social media. I don't know why I'm laughing at myself, because I'm like stumbling over my words. But go say what's up to them, and then all you have to do, email me at cloudy.vape@gmail.com. I'll put it right here, cloudy.vape@gmail.com, and all you have to do is in the subject line just put Innokin. I don't know how to spell that. I'm gonna have to look. Where is it? Innokin. So I'll put it right there. Subject line Innokin. That's all you have to do. So cloudy.vape@gmail.com. Subject line Innokin. After you've went and followed, subscribed, and commented and all that stuff. That way I just can kind of for administrative purposes, I know who is entered and I can do the giveaway. So after about 2 to 3 weeks of the post date of this video, that'll be right below this video. You can see the post date of this video. I'll announce the winner for this giveaway. So big shout out to Innokin one more time for sending this out. So the winner is going to win an iSub G and a Cool Fire. They'll be ready to You'll be ready to go, ready to vape on, and all that good stuff. So the winner is definitely getting hooked up on this one. So good luck, and yeah, that is all. So good luck. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please like it. And if you like my videos in general, please subscribe. And as always, stay classy and keep vaping.